everybody, Tiniestofchibis here, and we're back. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I did the thingamabob. Oh, okay, I think I need to go talk to what's his name, but I'm going downstairs, because, I'm gonna go talk to what's his name. What is over here? I need to go talk to one of the doctors. I also need to talk to that dude, actually. I need to do a lot of stuff right now. Can I have access to that section of the morgue?
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Nope. Personal question. Nope. I thought I had a thing from him. Oh well.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidama.
More bodies will arrive.
I need to get in
It's
here,
locked.
but I need to talk to. Where the frick is? Where are they? Dorothy Crane. Not you. Here you are. Can I talk to you?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Here.
I know that you're a busy man, but I could use your help and advice.
The great Dr. Reed honors me with a request. What is it exactly?
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of fringe medical experimentation?
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor. I made sure it won't harm anyone, but I'd like you to take care of it.
I see. Put it in my cabinet. I'll give you the key. I'll make sure no one uses this medication by mistake.
I'll do that. Thank you for your help, Dr. Ackroyd.
Thank you for your trust on the matter, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I trust him more than the other dude. I honestly do. And because he wants to be stupid and do stupid stuff. Like, if you're going, you have to get legal consent. And that's what really bothers me, is because he wants to go about this, the other dude, from what I've gathered. Where am I supposed to put it? Exactly? Yeah, but where's his office? Oh, wait, he shares an office upstairs with everybody, don't he?
But in the circumstances, I'm
Yeah. Actually, excuse me, Chica. Do I need to talk to the mother and the son?
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Personal questions? No hints from there. Life in London? No hints. Goodbye.
Mrs. Goswick.
Do I need to talk to the son?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Personal question? Nope. London? Nope. Nope.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Don't waste your time with me.
Alright. I have to go upstairs, I believe. Where are the stairs? Where am I? Like, okay. I really hate how everything is so freaking confusing. And it's like, why must everything be so dang confusing? It's like, is there a mini-map section that I don't know about? Like, I would really love a mini-map. I mean, I would still probably get lost and confused, let me be honest, but theoretically, it won't be so bad. Theoretically. Dr. Swats, that's who I need to talk to.
I cannot enter.
Okay. The rest of the doctors share a room, no? What? I like how I have no idea where I'm going. Oop. The door has been unlocked. Cool beanies. Anything I can borrow from here? Yeah, maybe? Nope.
It's locked. Now that Dr. Ackroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula.
My man book? I am just borrowing some things. You're falling hard.
It's locked, all right.
Huh.
It's locked.
I could pick locks.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, so I put the medicine in there. But yeah, I think he was like, yeah, that, like, he doesn't want to prevent the younger one from doing what he wants, sort of. But he's more cautious, and that's more important to me. Like how I get my own room, but these guys gotta share one. It's like so tricked up. But it's fine, whatever. I probably need to charge that sucker. Since I'm here, I probably should talk to what's his name.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Your world bring comfort, and I'm a living paradox. Those are the two I'm looking at. Because he is technically a paradox now. And, well, this is no gift might make sense too, because the undead are not. But then again, if you go by, like, you know, Dark Hunter point of view, you can kind of see it that way. But not really, because they're dead and, like, they're supposed to be soulless, so I don't know. It's weird and wonky. But then again, the Lord does work in mysterious ways. So, I guess.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Ugh.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Haven't I talked to somebody named Ashbury? Anyway, he's so short compared to Jonathan. Look at that. I say this as somebody who's short and has no reason to talk. I mean, I'm shorter than I am probably the height of, like, you know, a middle schooler or something, probably, still. I'm very short. I'm still upset because when I think about my height, what makes me upset is not so much the fact that I am short, but it makes me upset that despite being short, I still got screwed over a scholarship. And because there's a scholarship, right, that you can get for being short. And while I am short, I am too tall for the short person scholarship. And that made me kind of mad. I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm short than most people around me, but I'm still dang tall. Too dang tall to actually be able to freaking, you know, benefit off it? Malarkey. Oh, also, I'm just kind of going through all the shenanigans just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm not too sure if they actually are in some type of order or whatever, based upon when I got it, or if they just come in whenever. But I discovered you get the hints and secrets if you get the letters and stuff, which I wasn't really looking at because I was like, ugh, who cares? Who cares? See, I've got... Oh, I got some more hints for the doctors and that dude and her. Alright. Can I talk to what's his name again?
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
How do Skulls come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Turn off my AC so I can hear
Just
him
for
better.
clarity, what differences are there between myself and a scowl?
A skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
It's kind of like, you know.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
Where's my...
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Man, my finger hurts. Like, the reason why like, okay, so I was doing some sewing and stuff, and like I kept having to, like, because I was like doing really detailed stitching, so like, because I made a bird stuffed animal, which was nice and all, but like, because I had to like make such tiny stitches and stuff, and I don't know, maybe because I wasn't, you know, doing it right or whatever, and this is off my hand and stuff, and the back of the needle kept digging into my finger. So
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
that's good.
Must I take a life to live?
Nope.
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
But I'm not killing, though. I refuse to kill. And I
You
think that-
mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
He's gonna
Certainly.
tell me now. Oh,
I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
so in other words, they're just guardians. Kind of like the Dark Gunners, who technically guard humans and what would they call it, like demons or something like that. And so long as the demons don't start attacking humans and stuff, they're left relatively alone. So it's when they start doing shenanigans is like, okay, you want to be were they called demons when they transform, or were they demons before? I don't know. I have not read the books in a while, and yeah.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
I mean, at the hospital.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
Boop. Trying. My table is like all. Just all. Whatever. It's all blah.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Ugh. I gotta do a bunch of recordings. Because there's a lot of open spaces on my book. But it's okay. I'm doing it now. It's starting to get dark. Which is concerning. But, you know. I still haven't found out about this death. Shenanigans. Who did I need to talk to? Who the hell did I need to talk to? Like, I like turned off the AC because I'm getting warm. So I'm getting warm and stuff. And I'm like, great. But I wanted to hear them more better and stuff. And so I was like, I'll do that. And then
There again.
who am I supposed to talk to? It was...
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens of this hospital alone.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Sorry, I just kind of was curious.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Rumors about the shady...
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Nothing about the hints. Anything in there?
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life. She has what it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could be the next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
He's not bad. And I say that because, you know, out of like all the other doctors and stuff, he trusts the
Goodbye,
nurse and
Dr.
stuff.
Tippett.
And he's all like, yo. Where'd she go? There she is.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What is up with this angle? Can I change the angle? Yeah. Whatever. Life in London. Back. Personal question.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, not wrong. It's not wrong at all. It really shouldn't
Goodbye, nurse.
matter.
Call me if
know?
you need assistance.
Like, all that stuff really shouldn't matter. Unfortunately. Dang it, why do I keep pushing the wrong button? Just. Alright, so who did I need story? Hey. Did I already do that one? Okay. If I already done the hint, would it? I think I needed to go to him, so before I talk to that chick, I'm going to go talk to... What's his name? Yeah, that dude. But I saw something glowing. Oh, it's a thing on Bob. But yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him, see. I think I picked up something to talk to him about.
I'm managing a train terminal.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Rumors of blackmail.
Have you heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital?
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Personal questions. One in London.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Like, ugh. I mean, you still have to freaking, study and shit, and I don't know.
Please
maybe
show me what you have to sell.
I'm bothered by it because,
it's just trinkets and curios, really. But
like,
I'm sure they can be useful.
Like, I'm bothered by it. Maybe it just bothers me because I'm like, dude, there's a medical thing for a reason. It's not just something you can BS. I don't know, it just really bothers me. Because that's not something you should just BS and stuff, And I'm kind of I kind of find it disgusting that, they're just BSing some stuff, and I'm like, you can't BS a medical degree, and I don't know, I feel nauseated just thinking about it, and I'm like, ugh, maybe it's because,
It never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and lost at the same time.
It's locked, all right.
Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here, and then we're gonna go and do the story quest again.
So many deaths. Like a book. And still more coming. I never could keep anything. How can we be
I
sure
don't
we're
know,
making
just
a difference?
like just hearing what he was doing kind of like disturbed me, because I'm like, it's a medical thing that you have to pay attention to. You can't just, you know, BS it. I don't know. Whatever. We'll end this thing here, and we'll come back to this in the next time. So Tiniestofchibis is signing out.
Another night. Surely I